Good morning, everyone. This is Julie McDonald with Microcom Technologies, and I'd like to thank all of you for attending today's webinar with Snom. Today's presentation will be given by Corey Cather. He is their Regional Account Manager, as well as Simon Bradbrook. He is the Sales Engineer for Cloud Services Providers. You guys, thank you so much for being with us today and bringing this presentation to us, and taking the time to share the latest and greatest. I am finished for now, so Simon and Corey, please take it on over.
Thanks, Julie. Thanks, Julie. Thank you for having us today. Welcome, thank you. And we are going to touch on our desk sets and even some of our deck product that we have. Some of it, most will be a refresher. We do have a couple of new things to show you as well. But what we'll start with is just the desk sets, which are currently available through Snom. Some of the big advantages we have as Snom. VTech purchased Snom several years ago, and as VTech, we do have end-to-end solutions. So they're from engineering, design, manufacturing, all in-house. So whether it's in Berlin, Hong Kong, US, Canada, we have engineering and design and manufacturing throughout the world, and it's for the most part owned by VTech and Snom. We have some unique things, as in a 3-year warranty with all of our desk products, all of our decked products as well. And again, North American-based team support for engineering, R&D, product support and sales, as well as marketing and technical support is here in North America as well. And that's a big plus as well. We do have a state-of-the-art North American distribution center in San Antonio, Texas, which is where our US shipments are based out of. So we'll go quickly through the desk sets. The D120 is our intro phone. It's our monochrome LCD, very simple phone. These have gone in a lot of deployments, such as schools, where they're, just your price point is your main key, but it will support up to 2 SIP lines to up to 2 SIP accounts. It does have PoE capabilities as well, obviously. A simple phone. The D700 series is what our main focus will be on today. The D700 series does have some features in it that are throughout the line, and again, including the 3-year warranty. They have a solid state hook switch for improved reliability. They have a USB port. They have a 2-port GigE Ethernet switch, and they will support the D7 expansion module, and even the D7C, which we'll touch on here in just a moment as well, which is the C is for a new color sidecar. So this D717 has 3 programmable keys and will support 6 SIP accounts. Again, solid state hook switch begins with the D717. The D735, the key here is you go up to 32 programmable function keys. This one is a little unique in that it has a motion sensor, a proximity sensor. This is the only one on the line that has this, but you can set it up so that when your hand gets close to the handset, it will illuminate the keys, make the screen brighter, so you can move. You can see right in the middle of the phone there. But what it will do is key the phone itself to illuminate. It also has a dedicated headset key, and with the 32 function keys, that is in multiple pages. So you have 8 programmable keys, 4 pages worth there. The D785 is currently our higher end desk set. Again, you go to 12 SIP accounts. This one you get into the dual display. So you have a larger screen on the top. So all of your call activity information will be on the top with your 4 keys up there, your action keys for your call. And then your BLFs, your programmable keys, will be down on the bottom. So you have 6 keys and 4 pages of those. So you have 24 BLF keys. This one also has integrated Bluetooth, so it can tie directly to a Bluetooth headset. This one will allow you to to be able to, again, connect directly with Bluetooth, or again, like the other two models, it does have a USB port, so you can connect the headset through there as well. So the D7 has been our expansion module. You can pair up to 3 of these with each of the D700 series. The first one will power via the base, and then you would need power supplies for additional units as well. This model is, again, currently available. We are going to show the D7C. It's not, you cannot order it yet, but it is on the water. It is on the way. So we put this in here as coming soon because it literally will be here by the end of December. It will be here again. As we know, there's some challenges or issues with getting things here in a timely manner at this point, but it is literally on the way. So the expansion module that's color will definitely give you more flexibility. It will match the height of the phone more, but again, give you 48 PFKs per unit. So that will allow, reception, anybody else who's handling the phones, a lot more flexibility. Just to show the difference in the look, obviously, of the D7C, you can expand it out to 3. You can power the first one off of the single desk set, and then the 2 additional units you need a power supply for as well. So these are flexible in, excuse me, working from office, working from home. There's a Wi-Fi dongle that's available for these that you can plug into the USB port. The A210 is the Wi-Fi dongle that will plug into any of these 3 phones. If you are working from home, obviously you would probably need a power supply unless you do have a PoE switch at home. So there's a power supply separately available for these units. One other unique feature on these, we do have a DEC dongle for these. There is an expansion speakerphone, which we'll touch on in a bit here when we get into the conference phones. But there's a DEC dongle that will plug into the USB port and allow you to use your desk phone as an executive speakerphone or just an expansion speakerphone. So it'll connect via the DEC dongle, and then it will sync up with our C52 expansion speakerphone. And then we also do have the A100 headset, which is a mono or a dual headset as well. So conferencing solutions, we've got 2 main options right now, the C620 and the C520. The C620 is a decked speakerphone. So it's got a battery built in. It'll give you 24 hours of talk time, 12 hours of wideband talk time, and it will connect, decked to the base. In addition to that, like our other models, it has the decked expansion expansion mics. The mics will come out of the conference phone, and you can put them throughout the room. The advantage of that is obviously the people on the other side can hear you better with the mic built in. If you have more mics around the room. Again, this gives you more flexibility today as people are keeping more separated, maybe going into a separate huddle room. You can move those mics and again move the whole conference phone in the case of C620 to a different location, being that it's with a chargeable battery with DECT. The C520 is our original conference phone. Again, same design, except that one will plug in to the network. So that one would have cables and the power supply coming from it. But you do still have the option of having the DECT wireless mics. And again, those can move to the other side of the room. If you're in an area where you need to be able to hear better, again, where it's a larger distance, you can expand either one of these with the C52 expansion speakerphone. So it allows you to not only have a mic built into that, but again, a speaker so you can hear and the other people can hear better when you're sitting further away from the conference phone. To give you a sample of what it looks like here, if you have, again, C620 is the wireless decked conference phone. As you get larger or you get further away, you can add a a single C52 or add up to 2 of the C52s. In the case of the C520, the wired conference phone, you can add a third expansion speakerphone. And the old staple, not too much to say other than it's just it's a tank. It works well. Is our PA1. It has been around for a while, and again is old reliable. It is steady. If you needed a public address system, it does a great job. So you do have your external phone ringer on there. It can have up to 4 SIP identities, and it will it's a multicast relay for listening to PA1s and Snom phones. And I think, bear with me here. Simon, you still with us?
Nope.
So I think, Simon, I would like to have you go through the deck product if you're ready to do that as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
No problem at all. So good day, everybody. Welcome to the show. Just as Corey said, I'm going to go through our deck products, show some of the differentiations that we have with these deck products, and how that might be able to help you in dealing with your channel partners as well. So we're going to start off with our, basically it's our Rolls Royce of our solutions at the moment. It's the M900 multi-cell base station. So basically this is actually a unique solution in the fact that it can work as a single cell. Each base station will support 30 handsets, but it's also scalable. You can actually turn it into multi-cell mode, so it actually becomes useful there to be a true like enterprise solution. An example might be a warehouse where you've got staff that are constantly mobile but need to have a communication device with them. This is that solution for that, because as we said, it's scalable up to 1,000 base stations and up to 4,000 handsets. That's quite a good size there. What this allows you, like I said, what this provides you is something unique, is it gives you something, a true cordless solution for that enterprise space. Some unique features that you get with this is you get DECT and LAN synchronization. And for anyone that's got some technical knowledge out there, basically what this means is when you're in a multi-cell solution, the base stations have to talk to each other. They have to sync back so that everybody's in the loop. With this solution, because it can go up to 1,000 base stations, you could actually be on a college campus where you're going to go from building to building. What the LAN sync provides you is DECT sync gives you, they're talking over the DECT frequency. But if you're going into another building, that DECT frequency might be stretched. It might just, the building might be a little too far away to actually make the solid connection. So rather than having to place a unit outside, you can then daisy chain that unit, the last unit in the building, and stretch it over to the next building. That's basically what LAN synchronization is, because it's the daisy chaining of the base stations so they're in sync with each other when you create that mesh network. A couple of things that are new to this, which are specific to some of the verticals that we're identifying that this would be a good solution in. We've just recently done some certifications with 2 companies by the name of Connexel and Poultice. And what these solution providers do actually is they are the middleware. They provide the software that drives nurse call solutions. So for the healthcare vertical, where you have the nurses walking around with handsets, their solution actually sends messages. These could be emergency alert messages. They could just be simple messages that are actually sent to the handset, and they can respond to the handset through the keys as well. So as I said, like that's the vertical for this, as we were just talking about there with the nurse call solution, how it can actually fit into this space. Also, we recommend for desk sets. For the nurse stations, you could use the D7 series desk sets. For the nurses actually to be mobile, we've got the M900 multi-cell unit. And also conference units and the PA1 broadcasting would also be good in that space. Go next slide, please, Corey. So getting back to the M900, these are the 3 main handsets that we now have. All of them are ruggedized. All of them have Bluetooth. and all of them have a feature on there called a man down button. So basically on the top, there's an alarm button. So again, you go back to this enterprise solution where it's a large warehouse somewhere. One of the workers is in trouble, they're in danger, they can press that man down button that immediately sends an emergency alarm to the center, and they can dispatch someone. You can actually, with the Bluetooth location beacons, you can actually find where that person is. As I said, all the handsets are ruggedized. The M70 is just a ruggedized handset. It's tested to a 2-meter drop. The M80 and the M90 handsets are both IP65 certified. So that means they are bulletproof, waterproof. You could go swimming with them if you so choose to, and the phone's still going to work. The M90 has the addition of being the antibacterial handset. This actually, when you get to it, if you actually take a sample of this is completely sealed. So the keypad is completely flat, and then basically what it means is like nothing can get inside of this, no dust, anything. And again, absolutely perfect for that nurse call solution. Touched on this earlier on, explaining the MultiSync there. Sorry, the understanding multi-cell with the LAN sync, as I talked about before. All the base stations have to synchronize. They synchronize over the airwaves using DECT, but if you go into another building to make that a solid connection, we recommend that you have the wire going across the buildings to actually connect the two. The way this works, by the way, is when you set up for a multi-cell network, what you essentially do is you build a mesh, a DECT mesh network, so that the signaling within inside this mesh network is actually solid. This is where this is such a better solution to like a Wi-Fi solution, because with Wi-Fi, you are actually sharing that with a data link. DECT was built for voice. And so when you build this mesh network, it makes that secure and solid within that mesh network we just talked about. A few of our other products, we also have more of the SMB solutions. We have the M500K Elite. This actually is a solution that we'll get into more details in the next couple of slides, but it's good for restaurants, retail, and it's good for that single cell small DECT solution that you might require, whether it be a small office. This is also good for a home office environment, hybrid environment. Basically, the M500 supports, the base station itself supports eight SIP accounts and 10 devices. It can support up to 6 concurrent calls. A couple of unique things about this is when you're set up in a multi-cell mode, so in other words, each handset on the base has its own SIP account. We'll get into it in more details in the next couple of slides, but there's actually physical line keys on each one of the handsets and the desk sets here. What that allows you to do is these handsets can be line appearances, but they can also, as with a desk phone, because the handsets can support up to 6 concurrent calls, you can place one call on hold and take another call on one of the other lines. This is something that's quite unique in this space. There's none of the other manufacturers out there that actually support this. One of the other benefits of this product is it's kind of dual functionality, but this is actually, I think, one of the coolest things. This is perfect for that restaurant and retail space, because anyone who's been in the telco industry a long time, you've probably all heard of keyline functionality, keyline emulate, was not key, but the old key system. What we're doing with this DECT solution is actually we are bringing you keyline emulation on a DECT solution. So in other words, those line keys can be like the old-fashioned key systems. So as a call comes in on line one blinks on all the handsets. You take the call, you then need to page across the office. There's a built-in paging functionality where you can page across the office, asking Corey to pick up line 1. The way this works is basically support with one SIP account. By default, all the handsets will share that SIP account. So as a call comes in, all the handsets will alert, much like an old-fashioned key system. As it's answered from any one of the handsets, all the other handsets indicate there's a call live on line 1. And as I said before, with the built-in paging functionality, you can actually page across the office and asking somebody to pick up the call. So it really truly does emulate that old-fashioned key system. And this is where we say it's perfect for the restaurant and retail space, because with the one SIP account coming in, the infrastructure costs for the end customer, they actually halve it, because they're instead of having like 3 or 4 POTS lines coming in to service 3 or 4 different phones, they've just got the one hosted SIP account coming in, and up to 8 handsets can actually take calls live on that one SIP account that's coming in. Go next, please, Corey. And I'm going to hand it back to you at that point.
Okay, sounds good. And one other thing, Simon, to follow up on your restaurant retail, as far as the use of the product, it's very simple. That's one nice advantage too. So it's, if you've got, you know, new people coming in, what have you, it's very traditional, you know, picking it up, putting a call on hold and picking it up for another phone call. Very simple and easy to use. That's one big advantage to it too. So what some of the other advantages we have, TradeIn Program is still has been extended through. It's well, that says July 2022. At least at this point, it's through March 2022. That may get extended, but at this point, it's through March 2022. What we have is it's a trade-in program that is for any business class phone when they upgrade to a Snom phone. So it's something that you, again, the user itself, when they buy through an authorized Snom reseller, will be able to claim online the rebate. And this is if they purchase it, if they put it on a 3-year lease with you as a partner. But basically, any phone that's purchased through there, they'll get anywhere from a $3 to a $20 rebate on a desk phone. This is also included on any of the conference phones, which are $35 each. And then, of course, any of the actual handsets themselves. It's a great selling tool. Again, if you're providing quotes, it's something that you can provide to the end user as an authorized partner. But it's a pretty simple process, and it's a great tool to help you sell more product as well. So here's our sneak peek. This is just purely a teaser at this point. This is something we showed at Channel Partners last week. So we're going to give you a quick teaser on it without too much information. This will be the next generation of K Elite that Simon just talked about. Actually, Simon, do you want to chime in on some of the nice advantages that we know of at this point? Again, I don't want to. It's really just to tease you, because it is a future product. It's not something you can order or that we have currently even dates for at this point. But Simon, did you have something else? Okay.
Absolutely. So basically, as Corey said, it's going to be our next generation M500K Elite. This is going to be the M500K Elite Plus. Instantly, you see its color screens, so we're bringing it into this century for everybody. But there's some other unique things here, like I talked about before, with the handsets being able to support 6 concurrent calls. We've actually put 6 physical line keys on the handset, and there's going to be 6 keys on the desk set as well. A couple of the other functionalities with this is with the desk set, we're trying to set it up so we are going to be setting it up so it looks and feels like an actual SIP desk set. So when you think that most SIP installations go to, I don't know, say 10 to 15 seats, with this solution, you're going to be able to, sorry, let me just step back a bit. One of the main things we're going to try to do here, as well as this being a single cell, we're trying to stretch it out to be a multi-cell. So it's going to actually support, eventually it's going to support up to 6 base stations. What this is going to provide you is, one of the limitations you often have with deck products is repeaters. They're limiting. With a multi-cell solution, as I proved with the M900, you get more coverage, and it's more solid coverage. So what we're trying to do is basically keeping in that small business solution, but giving greater coverage and greater functionality. So you're going to get the KLE that works across multiple cells. But also with this, what this allows us to do is do a BLF emulation. And that's what I mean about this. The desk set is going to look and feel like an actual SIP desk phone. because we're going to actually have the ability to do BLF emulation. So if you look at a standard SIP installation, say 15 users, you could have 15 of these desktops working off 2 or 3 of the base stations, and you've got a completely cordless office in a box at that point. Also, with this, you're going to get Bluetooth with the handsets and the desk set for headsets. And at that point, I think I'll hand it back to you, Corey.
Thanks, Simon. Appreciate it. So just to wrap up, give you a couple of key contacts here. Again, this will be in the, well, feel free to reach out to me directly if you need any information, where to get support. We do actually have a live support phone number that you can call. And again, that is a North American-based support that you would receive, or you can actually email our team there as well. There's a service hub, which is a lot of information that is readily available already, kind of pre-spelled out for you on the service hub. We do have a redirect server, the SRAP server. But to register as a partner, you can go to partner.snomamericas.com, become a partner. And then once you register in there, you would be authorized, obviously, to sell through, to sell, to do rebates, to get things like that through Snom. This is the team. I'm Corey and Simon. Sarah is our inside sales manager. A lot of times she will be a primary contact as well when you register, have basic questions. So Sarah is incredibly invaluable, and she's very helpful when you call, and responsive as well. So feel free to reach out to me or Simon directly if you have any questions. And Julie, I think we were through it. Thank you much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, Corey and Simon. I appreciate your presentation. It was very, very good and informative, and it looks like we do have some questions for you. Excuse me. I'm going to read them off to you one at a time, and let's see what we can do here.
Okay.
First question I have for you guys. Will your DEC telephone support third-party VoIP headsets?
Yes, it does. Okay, so the desk set, which one are you talking about? Is that the M58 for the M100, or is that the, sorry, the M58 is the M500, the M18 for the M100. I'm assuming they're talking about the color here, handset or desk set. In that case, yes, it will, because it's going to be Bluetooth, and it's also got an RJ9 port at the back, so you can connect corded headsets to it.
And to follow up on that, all the desk sets, the D700 series, the currently available, is, they have the USB port, so they can connect to a headset that way. They have the RJ9 headset connection as well. And then, of course, the D785 has the Bluetooth built in, which it could connect directly through Bluetooth through the D785.
Excellent. Thanks, guys. Next question I have here for you. Can the D7 expansion module be powered up via USB on the other desk phone of the D17X telephone?
Yeah, I think Corey might have explained this, but the first unit on each one of these it gets powered by USB from the side of the phone. After that, you connect via USB, but you need external power to actually power the unit. So if you go for one, it will work straight off of the USB from the phone. But then when you add 2 and 3, you need external power, even though they daisy chain into the USB.
Thank you very much. Next question here for you. Regarding the D7C, does this support a Bluetooth connectivity to the desk phones?
No, it's USB.
Thank you so much. No problem. Next question here for you. Will the DEC USB dongle support Windows 11, Windows 2000 servers, and Mac OS?
The DEC dongle. I don't think it's something we've officially tested. I would have to say no. It's not something that it was designed for. It's specific to the products.
Okay, you. A couple more questions here still. Next one, regarding the C620 and the C520. You mentioned that it's battery operated. Are they rechargeable batteries or batteries such as the AA and AAA?
No,
It's a
they're all
rechargeable battery,
rechargeable. Yeah. Actually, on the removable microphones, when they go back into the base station on the cradle, they instantly start charging. So yeah, everything is a rechargeable battery.
And that's something that's unique about the Snom conference phones is the removable mics will go back into the base. It can be used with the mics there in the base, but integrated mics that charge in the base is a unique in the industry there.
Yeah, one additional thing I'd like to tell everybody about that, those removable mics, they're meant to be placed on the table. When you place them on the table, they instantly sync back to the base and converge to get you the optimum voice quality. If you carry them around, the microphones are actually very sensitive, and I know that some people have tried to carry them around as though they're giving a presentation, but they will pick up every single little noise because they're ambient mics on the handsets. They shouldn't be carried around, but if they're placed on the table, the automatic convergence back to the base, you get the optimum sound quality.
Good point, Simon.
Excellent, guys. Thank you so much for that. Next question here for you regarding the DECT handsets. What are the battery longevity for these devices?
Okay, so for the M series, the M70, M80, and the M90, we've got 12 hours of talk time on that battery. For the M100 range, there was a 7 hours talk time on the batteries.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Couple more questions. Next one is regarding the trade-in program. Do the phones or devices to be traded in, do they need to be fully working? If something's wrong with them, can they still be traded in? What can you tell us about that?
It's actually pretty easy. It's a trade-in program. They just need to verify the phone that was there, and it just needs to be a business class phone. It does not necessarily need to be fully operational, nor do we actually want it back, if that makes sense.
I see.
So it's kind of a trade up program if you want to recycle them, if basically you have the option, but it basically on the claim, you just need to put what's in there, and it does need to be a business class phone. That's fairly vague. In other words, there's a lot of room in there.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that information. And thank you for providing all of that support information, the phone numbers and the website. But this last question is regarding if anyone, such as Microcom, ourselves, or if any customer is looking for any kind of customer support or technical support, is there a website we could also go to dig in deeper and look for technical stuff? Or perhaps you guys have videos or training on your website as well. Can you tell us about that?
Absolutely, we do. If you go to the Snom.com website, there's a link on there for a service hub. So basically from there, you can pick up new firmware. You can also go in and get user documentation on all the individual products, but you can also search questions in there for specific settings on phones, devices, to basically give you further information. Also for support, we do have a support team that's based in North America. We have a phone number that's published on the website as well for that, and there's also an email address that you can send. There's the phone number up on the screen now. Thank you, Corey. And support at USA for the live support on the email.
So the service.snom.com is the one that has a lot of the questions you can find the answers for yourself.
Excellent. Corey and Simon, thank you so much for answering all of those questions today. And thank you to everyone for attending today's webinar. And if anyone has any further questions, please feel free to contact your sales rep or email us at sales@microcomtech.com. And if you wish to view any of the products are mentioned and shown here today, please visit us at www.microcom.us. And remember, this webinar presentation has been recorded and will be uploaded to our Microcom YouTube channel so you can view it again and further check out all of this wonderful Snom information. Thank you so much. Like I said, Corey, Simon, for your time, for all of this valuable information. We appreciate it. And until next time, everyone have a fantastic day.
Thank you.
Thank you,
You're welcome.
Julie. Have a good day.